The Ministry of Labour aims to provide 45,000 job and training opportunities for the current year. Artificial intelligence and its role in enhancing economic and development sectors and uplifting business efficiency are reviewed at a Ramadan evening in Salalah. And more than 400 Palestinians are killed in Israeli airstrikes in Gaza Strip, worsening humanitarian conditions in the Strip. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. During its annual conference, the Ministry of Labour revealed that it aims to provide 45,000 job opportunities as part of its operational plan for the current year. These opportunities include training and qualification for job seekers, as well as public and private sectors. His Excellency Dr. Mahad bin Saeed Ba'awain, Minister of Labour, indicated that the number of active beneficiaries of the job security benefit exceeded 17,000 by the end of last year. He also explained that work is underway to establish specialized companies to enable job seekers to enter new sectors, as well as to fund the pilot phase of the Smart Management project with the aim of enhancing digital governance in human resources management. The Shura Council office reviewed the Minister of Education's response to the request of a briefing on the vocational and technical education project. The office also reviewed the response of the Minister of Endowments and Religious Affairs on briefing provided for the Omani pilgrims camp for Hajj season 1446. Also, the office discussed the response of the Oman Investment Authority chairman for the briefing provided on some financial and administrative works for the number of companies affiliated to the authority. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'awali, chairman of the Shura Council. The Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industries, the Dhofar branch, also organized a Ramadan evening titled "The Future of Business in Light of Artificial Intelligence and Cybersecurity, the Opportunities and Challenges." The evening aimed to enhance the use of artificial intelligence applications and applications in economic and development sectors, contributing to increasing business efficiency, providing quality of life and supporting sustainable digital transformation in the Sultanate of Oman. The evening was held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of Dhofar. Taxes and their impact on economic development was addressed during the third Ramadan evening organized by the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the Governorate of Muscat. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Mohammed Al Sakri, Minister of Economy. More details in the following report.
The Impact of Taxes on Economic Development was the title of the third Ramadan evening organised by the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This evening focused on the role of taxes in stimulating the business and investment environment. It also discussed ways to achieve a balance between tax revenues and their effects on economic growth and financial stability.
Our subject about the tax effect on the economy, and I think what we're looking today just to see the effect is it positive or negative of the tax implementation. I think most of the taxes in the world is positives, and because it's reinvested in the culture of the country, and that is better for the economy.
The evening reviewed the importance of improving tax collection efficiency and reducing evasion to achieve financial sustainability, the significance of balancing tax impositions with stimulating investment and consumption, and the impact of taxes on financing of national projects.
Anything in the world has a negative and positive. Let's see today the figures and how the audience, what they gave us the data. It mostly could be balanced portfolio for the tax in the country.
The evening also carried out proposals that were presented for using taxes to stimulate the economy, such as offering tax exemptions for startups and small businesses, injecting liquidity into the market to support businesses, and creating new job opportunities for national cadres.
The Special Economic Zone at Dukum CZ has completed the first phase of the detailed plan to establish a fisheries and food industries complex in the zone. The plan forms part of CZ's effort to encourage investment in the sector and localize new projects. The first phase of the detailed plan occupies an area of 95 acres out of a total area of fisheries and food industries complex in CZ, which has a total area of 750 acres. The complex accommodates 60 facilities, noting that the detailed plan provides for future expansion when deemed necessary. And now for the international world, Israeli airstrikes in Gaza have killed more than 350 people as attacks hit dozens of targets early today, ending a week-long standoff of extending a ceasefire that had halted fighting in January. Palestinians-held authorities said that the strikes were reported in multiple locations, including northern Gaza, Gaza City, and Deir al-Balah, as well as Khan Yunis and Rafah in central and southern Gaza Strip. Palestinian Health Ministry officials said many of the dead were children. The Israeli military, which said it had dozens of targets and said that strikes would continue as for long as necessary and would extend beyond air strikes, raising the prospect that Israeli ground troops could resume fighting. Hamas movement condemned the recent Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip, calling on mediators to hold the Prime Minister and the Israeli occupation army fully responsible for violating the ceasefire agreement and overthrowing it. The movement also called on the United Nations and the UN Security Council to hold an urgent meeting to issue a resolution obligating the Israeli occupation army to halt its aggression and abide by the ceasefire and withdrawal from Gaza. Russia's defense ministry said that 46 Ukrainian drones had been neutralized in overnight attacks on several regions that injured 6 people, according to local authorities. The attacks came before Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump were due to hold talks on a potential ceasefire to the fighting in Ukraine, where Russian forces occupy swaths of its neighbors' territory. The ministry said that 46 drones were destroyed or intercepted over the regions of Belgorod, Bryansk and Kursk near the Ukraine border, as well as Orklov. In the city of Belgorod, a man was seriously wounded by falling drone debris, which 5 others were wounded in Kursk when drones struck near a truck transporting food. The World Health Organization called on the United States to reconsider its decision to withdraw from the organization. Tedros Adhanom, the organization Director General, warned on the repercussions of the sudden suspension of U.S. funding for global health assistance, which could lead to the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, expose millions more to the risk of infectious diseases, and cause the collapse of health system in dozens of poor countries. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of Labour aims to provide 45,000 job and training opportunities for the current year. Artificial intelligence and its role in enhancing economic and development sectors and uplifting business efficiency are reviewed at a Ramadan evening in Salalah. And more than 400 Palestinians are killed in Israeli airstrikes in Gaza Strip, worsening humanitarian conditions in the Strip. With that, we say thank you from the Sultanate of Oman Television and from all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, and good night.